Hi! I just finished making this batch of beautiful pumpkin cupcakes, and welcome to In the Kitchen with Josh. Let me set this down. Today, we're gonna be using the kitchen, and you know what that means? We've got the fridge, the microwave, the oven, the dishwasher. But you know what? None of that really matters. Only the oven. Right now, I've got it set to 325, and before I tell you anything more, we're making brownies. Oh yeah. So today we got the Ghirardelli brownies. Now this is just a simple thing. I know I'm cheating a little bit because I'm using the bag, but who cares? It's all right. Then we've got our spray for the pan that we're gonna use to make it not stick, because nobody likes their sticky brownies. You wanna make sure you scrape off all the edges in the pan. The other thing we have is oil. Well, this also helps with stickiness, and it'll keep it from sticking to the pan and each other, just like good friends do. Stick with them. We also have our eggs for protein. So, moms out there, and boys and girls, and dads and uncles and grandmas and great-grandmas, you can say this has protein. We all know it's healthy. Don't say that. But you can pretend it is. So, brownies, spray, olive oil, eggs. Now, there's one more crucial thing I forgot. Always have your trusty knife around, because you never know when you need to, But really, I just mean cutting open packages. The next thing we need is our spatula. Now, you don't know this yet about me because this is my first video, but you always want to scrape out the edges. This is a vital, important part of cooking in the kitchen with Josh. The next part is our measuring cup. Now, those of you who are troubled with fractions, been there, done that. This is 2/3 cup. You know what that means? It's 1/3 away from being a full cup. And that's very important to know, because it's not a full cup. Now, let's get on to our mixer. I have this beautiful KitchenAid mixer here, a Sure caressing thing. This just touches that beautiful mixture and makes it nice. First, I want to pick of my array, huge inventory and masterful identifications of which mixer head I should choose. This is kind of like choosing the barrel of a gun. You want to pick the one that suits you best. So, over here, we have our classic metal spinner that spins. Next, we have our, I call it my Captain Hook attachment. You can hook people, hook others, but don't hook your friends. Next, we have our special one, and this is what we're going to be using today. I like to call this the little plant that tried hard, but it's not symmetrical. Alrighty, now we're going to attach this. We're just gently going to, there we go. Put it down with ease. Now, the first thing we're going to want to do is read the instructions, which I definitely did before I prepared for this. So, important thing is to always read your instructions. And I know that this is a 9x13 pan. So, I need 2 packs. There we go. Packs ready on. So, we're going to open these sons of guns up and toss them in. And we'll need trust or knifey. Now, gently open this up. Okay. Shake it to the bottom. Gently insert. Easy, easy. Ah, yeah. Okay. In you go. Remember, we're shaking all those excess and getting all that extra in there, because that could be a bite for someone else. One more piece for your loved one. One more piece for that special someone in your heart, or that aunt and uncle, or only here for a little bit. They're moving to Texas soon, and, well, it's been a hard time, and you just want them to have a brownie. That's really important. Anyway, second bag, easy, perfect cut. All right, in you go. Now, in this case, I was really clean with my pouring job, but usually if you spill a little bit, you wanna blow it off. Usually not advised. Alrighty, now that we have those in, we're gonna wanna see our next ingredients, which is, okay, water. Now, I've got my 2/3 cups, but you know what you can do with that? Use it twice. So we need it for olive, oil, and water. Here we go. In you go. And I need 2 because this is essentially a double patch. Never mind, I don't. Then we need our olive oil. Now, this is actually canola oil. Rhymes with NOLA oil. And this works just as well as vegetable oil. Heart healthy, good for the bones, good for the kids, but never to enjoy too much on the throne, if you know what I mean. The toilet! So, toss that in the sink gently, and we're going to take our olive oil and set that aside. Next, we've got our beautiful butter flavored spray. Well, we don't need that yet. We need our eggs. Now, something I like to do and have learned that works very well is grabbing a paper towel, putting it down, and then cracking the egg very gently. So, we're going to be doing this right here, right now. Okay. And our egg selection. This one looks really good. So, we just gently crack our egg and pour it in. Make sure to get all that good stuff in there. Now, a trick I've learned is that shell attracts shell. So, if you ever have an extra shell, now, we didn't get it in the pan, you can just do this, and it'll attract to this shell and pick it up. Look at that. Now, our next egg, we're gonna try and be a little bit more gentle with, because that first one, well, got slightly out of hand. Okay, there we go. In it goes, and oh, look at that. Perfect dump. And here we put it in the trash. Don't eat this. It's raw egg. It's gross. Only The Rock can do that. All right. Wipe off everything. Setting aside our ingredients as we go. Now, we're going to want to get into mixing. We're going to want to start it on a slow setting because otherwise it's going to splash out everywhere. So I'm just going to okay, here we go. So the magic is happening. I'm not using my absolutely massive forearms to be mixing this. This today is my massive forearms. Now, as you can see, it's bouncing around a little bit. So if you come on this side, you'll notice there's actually a really neat lock. Some people don't know how to use this, but I do. Not know how to use this. I think you have to turn it off first, then lock. You know what? We're not gonna use that today. Because I don't need it, obviously. I'm built different. So as this is whipping up, we're going to slowly pause it, pick it up. Oh, wait. It's locked. Silly me. That's embarrassing. And we're going to just scrape those edges. Yeah. Get in there and get all that goodness out. Remember, that can be one more bite, one more piece of brownie. Don't mess up. All right, so slowly getting all these edges, getting in there. And we're gonna do this for a little bit more mix. And while it's getting that last little texturized mix, we're gonna be getting our spray ready on our pan. And remember, folks, our oven has been preheated to 325 for maximum yumminess. Any more, any less, is disgusting. So, as you come over here, we're gonna be spraying our pan today. This is a 9 by 13 pan. This is our butter spray. I prefer butter spray just because I'm a buttery guy. What can I say? So we're gonna come in here, very easy now. Wanna give it a nice stretch, a little shake. Get ready for the pump, and here we go. Get those corners and the edges. That looks excellent to me. Perfect. Nice even coating that's definitely not way too much for this pan. Set this on here, toss it aside. Gently. I think this is done mixing now. So now we do our final, thorough mix. And we're gonna be spraying our pan today. This is a 9 by 13 pan. This is our butter spray. I prefer butter spray just because I'm a buttery guy. What can I say? So we're gonna come in here, very easy now. Want to give it a nice stretch, a little shake. Get ready for the pump, and here we go. Get those corners and the edges. That looks excellent to me. Perfect. Nice even coating that's definitely not way too much for this pan. Set this on here, toss it aside. Gently. I think this is done mixing now. So now we do our final, thorough scraping of the edges. And so we're going to just come in here real nice. If you want to see a little closer, we're getting into there, getting all that stuff out of there. Now don't tell anyone this, but I lick off the extra, so yeah, you can do that. That's a little treat for the one who makes it. All the more incentive to do this yourself and make it taste great. So we're just going to be scraping out the insides here and pouring it into the pan. As you can see, I'm trying my best to get every little bit in there, because you remember, scraping the edges is important. Get that in there, nicely evenly coated into the pan. Let me turn it towards me just to get a little bit more of this, oops, in here. Oops. This is very sticky, thick stuff, so bear with me here. This might take a hot minute because I really want to get those edges. Also, the spatula might not be the best, but that's okay, because sometimes cooking in the kitchen with Josh isn't the best. Sometimes the best is what reality gives you. You know, when life gives you a bag of brownie mix, you make brownies. When life gives you sad face and teary eyes, you know, you just need to cry to your mom sometimes. And that's the truth that matters. And it won't let you go. The truth and reality of life is hard work pays off. So now that we have the edges curled out, wow, that was a stroke and a half. Set that aside. Assess our damage. Don't lick your fingers. Wash them. Now, our oven is already preheated, so we're going to open that up and toss this son of a gun in. Opening and putting it in. There we go. Now, obviously, I can't show you the rest of the process necessarily, but it's been great cooking with you in the kitchen with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I sure did. That was Cooking in the Kitchen with Josh. Thanks for watching.